Okay, so now I'm at the University of Minnesota, and I'm going to Wiley Hall. That's where they're having the Prince Symposium.
Already grown. What you asking me for? And he was like, Kim, just fix it. Huh? I'm sorry, what? You know? So I was like, okay, look. So now we got to go on the bus and we got to have a meeting with the band. And I was like, okay, look here. You got to cut all this stuff out. So yeah, he used to like, you know, I was like the mama on the tour, you know, and just, okay, come on, Kim. I don't care what's going on. Just fix it. And so yeah, he would just see, like you said, he would see stuff in you that you didn't even know that you had, and it was just a beautiful thing. Like I said once again, when Tanya was like, Kim, it's not what you think. And
I think, I'm not sure if you had the sword on your head or not, but I can't remember that, but you were belly dancing, and I said to her, she's got talent, what do you want to do? I said, you know, because my thing is, because first of all, you got to be careful what you say. It's like, okay, so I'm just weighing out. It's okay, so I think she's got talent, what do you want to do? Do you want to like turn her into an artist? Do you want me to call her up? What do you want me to do before you know, I say anything more? He says, I think she's got something. She said, look at her face. And I thought that was so genuine. There's something genuine about that in the dancing. So he obviously saw something, you know, he met you and then saw the videotape and he wanted to know if I was like, where I was coming from. What did he see in you, ultimately? Because you've turned into this creative being in and around him, and then ultimately his wife, so there's...
Oh, wow.
You didn't know the story, did you?
No,
Okay.
I did not know that story. I mean, I've heard a lot of stories about this lovely videotape. I just, for me, dancing was my escape into everything. If I felt insecure or anything, and that's why I do my classes now. I show people that it heals your soul. It just makes you happy if you feel good about yourself. And I think at a young age I didn't realize that. Now I do. So I think when you say about my face, it was just pure innocence. I was young and I loved just performing and taking people on a ride. It was
Thank you. So I just had my book signed from Maite. But we couldn't take a picture with her, so she signed my book. The most beautiful. There's her.
So I've been talking for an hour, so get more of an opportunity to elaborate on
myself, so I understand how incredibly crazy it is. So.
We have getting getting ready to sign my book, and Maite's mom. Look. See that in there?
If you look closely on the spokes, it says, "Baby, you're much too fast." See that there? Details, man, details. This is at the Weissman Art Museum. This artist is incredible. I had so much footage of him with his pictures on the wall. Then he has 2 books there on display. They also have a lot of his pictures showing on a little TV screen, and he's amazing. His name is Troy Gua, Troygua. Check him out, troygua.com. He's unbelievable, all the creations he made of prints. Such detail, and they're just little miniatures. Amazing.
Let me just get a close up on this, please. Hold on, where is it? Cheekies. So I just got into Chanhassen and I'm going to the Walgreens here, as I did last year, because I'm parched. I need some water and my lips are so chapped. But I believe that this is the Walgreens that Prince would always come to, because it's very close to his house. Hey you guys! So have you figured out my surprise by now? I have come to Minneapolis to go to the second year that they've had this celebration 2018 for Prince. I'm a huge music fan. I don't know if there's anybody comparable to Prince and what he's done for music. You saw my blog when I went to Bruno Mars in February. So today, I just flew into Minneapolis from Los Angeles to come to the second annual celebration 2018 for Prince. I had a great flight. I'm staying here in Chanhassen. I'm gonna try and show you as much as I can. There's just so much. Right now I'm getting ready to go see Andrea Swenson. Andrea Swenson, she's from the Current radio station here in Minneapolis. And I'm going to the 4-day celebration starting tomorrow at Paisley Park. So I'm gonna do my best to vlog it all. But as you know, in Paisley Park, or you may not know, you can't take your phone in. They take your phone and you put it in this little soft padded thing and it kind of locks. Because Prince, when he had people come to his concerts at Paisley Park, he didn't want people to be on their phones. He wanted them to enjoy the music. So that tradition still continues on. And I'm glad for that, but you won't be able to see inside Paisley Park, which is a bummer. And when I go to First Avenue on Saturday night, last year I was live streaming from there, and Facebook, they cut off my live stream capabilities, as well as other people that I was there with, because you can't have any music of Prince's playing in the background without permission. I get that, but it sucks. So I guess I'll do shots of it and I'll have to lace it with some other music later on. But I'm gonna do my best to share everything that I'm doing on my trip. I saw his first wife there, Maite Garcia, and I brought my book and I got it autographed. She autographed my book for me. The Most Beautiful. If you haven't read it, it's great. To Erin with love, Maite. And I got a chance to meet her mom, who's fabulous, by the way. I also got to meet the author of this new book that came out a few months ago, Prince and the Purple Rain Era Studio Sessions from 1983 to 1984. Look at this book. It's like 500 pages and it only spans 2 years of his life. It's like 500 pages, right? Or high 400s. Amazing. Dwayne Toodle. Dwayne is awesome. I got him to sign my book. He was so nice. He even gave me like a bookmarker that is just like, he's somebody who loves Prince, and he's probably gonna do 1985 to 1986. It says, Erin, Paisley Park is in your heart. Oh, I just read that now. For those of you who are just getting alert on Prince, those are some of the lyrics to one of his songs. And those of you who watched my video last week, if you guessed that the balloon was Prince, you're right. If you haven't seen that video, well, check it out. So Jill used to work for Prince, and then when she moved on, Prince gave her all these goodies.
Well, he just gave her that as kind of a thank you for all her hard work over the time.
Yes, look at this. Look at this. Whoa. Hey, for those of you who don't know what a record is, can I pull it up? Okay, look, this is amazing. Honey, where did you get that jacket? Look at that.
I like that sleeves, if you notice, they
Yes,
bell.
they flare out, they bell. Instead of bell bottoms, they're bell arms.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, I did.
He had intense eyes.
Hello. Quick show of hands. How many people are from here in the Twin Cities? Do we have people here from out of town? Yay! Welcome.
So, okay, so you said Prince made a kind of a playlist for when he was on New Girl?
Yeah, so I think either there was a party scene in the show or there was like a real party that he was going to with the cast, but they asked him if he wanted anything specific in the playlist, and he made them like a mix and gave it to them, and it's amazing. It's like staple singers and Ellen Toussaint and just like all this really, really cool like gospel, R&B, soul music. Ohio players are on there like 3 times.
Wow.
So I made a Spotify playlist of that, and I put it on when people are coming to my house so that I can seem awesome.
So you can see, no, you
like
are
I have
awesome.
good taste. But it's a really cool playlist. You should check it out.
That's interesting. We'll check that out, yes. Can I have a picture with Miss Andrea?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Here's the infamous 319, which is just a couple doors down from my room. Okay, you guys, I went to the Crayola store today at the Mall of America because I was told that you can make crayons there and name them with whatever you want to name them. So look at this. Okay, so I have pink cashmere, love that. And a crayon drops out and then you get to roll it with the paper that you type in the name you want. So you're making your own crayons, it's cool. Pink cashmere, I also got a little red Corvette. And then I typed in, of course, gotta have Purple Rain. And then I did the gold standard. Although there's a song called Yellow, I saw, although I've never heard of it, but I guess he has a song called Yellow, but I thought this one's a little bit more spicy. And then this one, I did Tangerine. And then in this one, I got the color on the wrong side. I mean, the name on the wrong side. I got, of course, Computer Blue. Yay! I want to color right now. Isn't that cute? Adorbs. So excited. Just went to the Hilton and picked up my Celebration 2018, my badge and purple lanyard, and then my 2018 Celebration 2 ticket to Prince live on the big screen, which was supposed to be Saturday, but it turns out the Timberwolves won, yay for them, which because of that, they bumped us to Friday night. So I know it's kind of been an upheaval for some people, and I feel really bad for them. Some people were flying in Saturday morning to go to the show and found out that the show got bumped to Friday, I mean. What kind of craziness is that? Yikes. Yeah. You guys, I just got back from the Chanhassen Library, which is really close to where Paisley Park is and very close to my hotel. And I went to see Andrea Swenson. Who's Andrea Swenson? She's one of the DJs on The Current, which is like the station in Minneapolis. I always listen to it when I'm here. And now they have they probably had the app for a while, but I just discovered the app instead of listening online or whatever when I'm in LA, like 2 weeks ago. And now, even more recenter than that, they have the Purple Current, which is music that is by Prince or people that influenced Prince or people that Prince has influenced. Isn't that great? And it's so awesome. Anyways, they had her come and talk at the library. It was so great. She talked about her book that she wrote, which is just out. Her book is called Got to Be Something Here. And she is just awesome. She's an author. She's a DJ on The Current. She's also a musician. She really, really loved Prince. And what she did was like tonight during the talk, she went into she wanted to know some of about Prince's family and where he came from. So she went deep into that and she had pictures that she showed. I got to see Kim Berry. She was part of the symposium this morning at 11 and I got to get pictures with her. Take a peek. And I've already had her on my schedule to go to her party, which is, I believe, tomorrow. Yes, it's tomorrow from 5 to 9. I got to give some shout outs. First of all, Kate, I got to give a shout out to my Purple family. That's all around the world on Facebook. Thank you so much for just, being a cool group to be a part of. You guys are so awesome. And I could always count on you guys to understand. When I think like my family or my friends or somebody that will be like, wow, she's really with Prince. She's just chill out with that. I can always go to my Purple family and you guys get it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next, I want to shout out Funkatopia Online, Funkatopia Radio. They also got the Funkatopia app, which is awesome. Mr. C, that stands for Mr. Christopher, is like the guy who heads it, and he's awesome. You can go there all through April, and it's 24/7 Prince. Other than that, 12 hours out of the day, 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon, and 6 p.m. to 12 midnight, all Prince. He does a lot of great live Facebook Lives. He also does a lot of really, really great interviews with people that have worked with him, people that knew him, and they're so good. I mean, like, I live for them. They're so good. They're so good. I learn stuff all the time. It's amazing. Thanks, Mr. Christopher. I also want to shout out Michael Dean. He has the Prince podcast. He's got great interviews too. It's just amazing. Really amazing, the stuff that the people they get on there. One cool cat, this cool guy named Jesse Nathaniel. I think he goes by the nickname of Jester, but he's this guy who was fortunate enough to meet him in the last years of Prince's life, and I think he's worked with him at Paisley Park since 2013 or something, like the last few years of his life. And I really, really, really like this guy because he has a way with his words. And I was watching his videos online. What's up, Jester? What's up, Jesse? I wanted Jesse to come to the celebration 2018. And if he was going to be here, I was hoping we could do a collab. But I think he's out of the country right now. So if we're able to meet at another time, it would be really great to hook up with you. And since we share a common interest in Prince, do a collaboration. Also wanted to shout out to Peach and Black. I've just recently discovered them online. You can see them on YouTube, I think, Instagram for sure. Want to give a shout out to Andrea Swenson and everybody at the Current Radio in Minneapolis. You guys, when I come here, and even when I'm in my cheesy state, when I go visit my family, I like to listen to the Current. And they have an app, and now they have the Purple Current also available on their app. It's awesome. I want to give a shout out to Dwayne Tudall. Thank you so much for signing my book today. Thank you for writing that book. Can't wait to read every last juicy word. And thank you to Maite Garcia. You're so beautiful. Thank you for signing my book. And last but not least, Kim Berry, what's up? She's so sweet. She's really sweet. I got a picture with her. I gave her a hug last year, and she's so sweet. And this year, I got a picture with her, a hug, and I'm going to be at her party tomorrow at 5. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to day one at Paisley Park. Remember, no cameras inside, so I'm going to have to come outside and tell you about it.
The studio and Flying Cloud Drive where some earlier recordings.
All right.
That is fabulous. Thank you. Work it. Yes, honey, yes. Work that jacket. Okay, so I am outside Paisley Park, day one. We just had the first session at 11 o'clock. It was so awesome. First session was Sheila E. Oh my gosh, Sheila E. And then one of the managers of Paisley Park. He used to manage Paisley Park, I think from about 85, I think he said, till, I don't know if he gave a time when he stopped being manager, but it was awesome. He did Q&A with Sheila, and she kind of Q&A'd him back, so they both had Prince experiences. It was so great. They opened up with Nothing Compares to You, sung by Prince. Now, some of you who are still getting learnt on Prince, and that's okay, because I'm still getting learnt. There's so much to learn. I'll be learning from now until the day when I'm not here anymore myself. There's so much to know about him, and a lot of people think the song Nothing Compares to You is Sinead O'Connor. She's the one who brought it like into, the forefront of radio play. But actually that's a Prince song. Now we're at lunch, but I'm not eating lunch because I'm vlogging. Other than that, I'm gonna show you Paisley Park, and then I'm gonna get back inside. So this is the fence that leads up to just about the front door there. This is the fence that people can bring things, whatever they like, and put on there.
And I believe that Paisley Park retains all of those items on the fence.
Okay, look at this hot car I just discovered in the parking lot. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? Sweet, sweet, sweet with yourself. Here's the front of the building. It's a beautiful day out here in Chanhassen today. There's the egg, the dome.
There you go, see? I like the back of that jacket, see?
Thank you. You gotta show the back.
Yeah, you gotta show the back. That's the whole point. Yes. That's the whole point.
Paisley Park 2018. Woo! Oh, look at that booty. I know Prince like booties. He has a song called Wonderful Ass. Can I see that wonderful ass one more time? I've got a wonderful ass. Work it out, huh? Look at that little skirt. Yes, Prince did love booties. Would you like a business card? Yes, I would. This is her business card if you want that wonderful ass. Bam! Bam! Slap it. Okay, you guys, I just stepped outside away from everybody to tell you about the second session, which I just came back from, which was called Arrangement Panel. They had Claire Fisher's son and one of the gentlemen from the main horn section. Oh, I'll think of his name in a minute. Nelson, somebody, no. Oh, anyways. One of the guys from the main horn section, and he's arranged horns for Prince for years, and then Claire Fisher's son. It was so good. Claire Fisher, for those of you who aren't learnt yet on Prince, he was one of the people who Prince sent music to, his precious gems to, and he laid down the orchestration for it. Coming from somebody who has a musical background myself, I have a musical background. I played violin for 7 years, and just to imagine, like, wow, to be able to play the strings on Prince's music, it was amazing. His son did say that 70% of the music that he and his dad did orchestration on for Prince hasn't come out. 70%. So those beautiful songs like, gosh, what? Oh my gosh, so many. Pink Cash, just so many that they did, 70% of them were probably locked in the vault. And oh, he mentioned one of them was his favorite song. Oh my God, I can't remember because we can't bring our phone in there. You know what? I should have brought a pen and a paper just to take notes even. There's one song that he says he hopes they release from the vault, and he said he would love to work on it and do the orchestration on it. He said it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And you can't record anything in there, so I can't remember the name of it. There was so much. Oh, I have to tell you. I have to wait because I'm gonna get weird for a minute. Okay, wait. Okay, so when I was walking into his last session, Wally was standing at the door. Wally was standing there, and for those of you who don't know Wally, he used to be bodyguard for Prince, and then he was, I think, one of his dancers, and then he also played in the band. Anyways, I saw him. He was the one who opened the day, and he gave the morning announcements, and he shook my hand and he hugged me and he gave me a kiss, and I told him I saw you on the Michael Dean show, the Prince podcast. Shout out to Michael Dean. What's up? West Side. And anyways, I'm so excited. There's people behind me, and he goes, wow. He said, wow, you're so beautiful. And he kind of like pulled me toward him. He goes, you're so beautiful. And as he was holding my hand, he started reciting words.
Wally said, if God one day struck me blind, your beauty I'd still see. Love is too weak to define just what you mean to me.
He started reciting words from Prince's Adore, which I thought was really sweet. Okay, I gotta go. So now I'm gonna go home and get ready for Kim Berry's party at 5. Here's the Chanhassen Cinema, which Prince used to rent out the cinema sometimes, and people would go there and watch a movie at midnight or whatever. We're making a quick stop here at Caribou Coffee in Chanhassen. I was told it's one of Prince's favorite places to come get coffee. Now, granted, I don't drink coffee, but I'm gonna order something just to do it. Okay, so since I don't drink coffee, that's like a chocolate shake. It's a cookies and cream cooler, which is coffeeless, but they added coffee to it. Let's see how it is. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so I'm back at the hotel, and I gotta just say a few things before I go to Kim Berry's party. Yes, Kim Berry is somebody who is a stylist, hairstylist, and she was Prince's hairstylist for 29 years, I believe. Anyways, really quick. So I just have to say, Sheila E. put it down, people. Like, to be, if you're a musician, some of you, this might not be interesting to you, but it's interesting to me because if you love music or if you're a musician or want to be a musician, you've got to study with people who know what the heck they're doing. Sheila Eel is the real mother deal when it comes to like percussion. She even played the guitar today. She was drumming, percussion. You know, at one point when the funky saxophone player dude was playing, shout out to the horns, shout out to the horn section. Okay, the saxophone dude was crazy. She had this one trombone, I already said it, trombone female player just playing up. It was just amazing. Okay, but at one point, she took her hi-hat, picked up the stand, and was walking across the stage and was playing it at the same time. She was like down, bending over, like hitting it, and the saxophone player guy was playing. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember his name. You can't record anything in there, so I'm on brain overload, and I'm trying to just spit it out and get it to you. So eat up, people, eat up. Okay, I have to say, those solos at the end were tasty. They were so good. She is at the top of her game. At one point, when she was playing like, she was slapping those instruments. She was banging on them like she was like they did something wrong. I mean, she was killing it. And it's funny because I was watching Sign of the Times before I went last week. It was on Amazon Prime. They have it for free, so check it out. Sign of the Times. And I remember seeing this one scene where she was like drumming so hard and then like her sticks get thrown in the air. She threw her sticks today too, by the way. Her sticks gone and she's banging the freaking hi-hat and just with her hands, just hitting the drums with her hands. It was like, get it? Get yourself.
Despite their extensive efforts, law enforcement was unable to determine the source of the counterfeit Vicodin laced with fentanyl.
Then turn left.
Therefore, without probable cause and no identified suspect, the Carver County Attorney's Office cannot file any criminal charges involving the death of Prince.
Wow, this is live, guys.
The fact that criminal charges are not brought certainly does not mean that some person or persons associated with Prince did not assist or enable Prince in obtaining the counterfeit Vicodin. After all, Prince somehow did come into possession of the pills, and the pills had to come from some source. There is no doubt that the actions of individuals around Prince will be criticized, questioned, and judged in the days and weeks to come. But suspicions and innuendo are categorically insufficient to support any criminal charges.
Wow.
Wow. Said that Prince did not have a cell phone. And so for most people, a trail of somebody who might be doing something for you would be on your cell phone.
Right.
He didn't have a cell phone.
Yeah,
he built up a tolerance, but he had no idea. He just thought he was taking a Vicodin. So he was unaware that he was taking a fake pain pill.
Oh, it's so tragic.
Yeah. So, I mean, in the wake of his, death, and then with this news wrapping up, maybe the family, I don't know if they knew this, but the estate has released the original version of Nothing Compares to You today, and this is the version without Susanna Melvoin or St. Paul Peterson, who are on the backing. It's just his tracks that he laid down at this Eden Prairie warehouse, and it's never been heard before. It's also, the estate put out practice dance video of that same time period to go along with it. Donnie posted it, but can we just go out and listen to the original?
It's so beautiful.
It is, and of course this is what Sinead O'Connor made a huge hit.
All that right before I walk into Kim Berry's party. Oh my gosh! Oh my god! I'm seeing everybody! I just accessed the labs. I was hoping I was going to see you. It's video. in LA. I'm like, can you get my her now? I'm glad you came. I'm so glad I came.
Kim has such a sweet spirit. Again, in the background, she's blaring the music, so I have to turn down the music so I don't get thrown off Facebook and YouTube. But as you can see, one of her favorites comes on. She loves Billy Jack Bitch. So she's just working it out. Loving it.
One of the funniest.
Hey you guys, it is day 2 and I am getting ready to go to Paisley Park. Got my little badge on. Woohoo! So let's see here. Today on the list we have concert screening, Minneapolis Early Years panel, and another concert screening, and then Prince live on the big screen today. I am so excited. This is Tanya. She works in music. What do you work for?
I work with BlackAmericaWeb.com. We're the online home of the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
And you said you met Prince before you came here to
I actually met Prince probably in the 90s, maybe 95. He came to Philadelphia and I was with Amir Questlove Thompson, and he is the individual who introduced me to Prince at a nightclub in Philly called Egypt. And I like to tell the story of how I saw Prince across the room. He knew Amir, and I feel that he floated towards us in a puff of smoke, and I just don't remember what happened. I think he said hi, I think I said hi. I'm sure I managed to somehow mumble my name, possibly, but he was married to Maite at the time. In fact, she concluded our interview because she came upstairs and they had some moment, and then it was like, okay, well, I think she had cooked. What I wrote in the article is that she had cooked, so it was time for dinner, and, the article, the interview was winding down, but it was me, Prince, and Larry Graham, and a candle in between, and we were upstairs in some maybe conference room at Paisley Park, and he wore red, and he was very beautiful and personable and funny. And for me, who before I ever got into the music or media business, this was the guy whose posters were on my wall and that I loved and adored. And so I somehow suspended disbelief that I was actually sitting at Paisley Park. And I had a moment, I think I was the last person to interview him because I think I got there. And then he walked across, where the atrium is? We were sitting in the front, me and Teray, actually, another journalist. We were sitting in the front, and then he walked across that atrium area, and I hyperventilated, and meantime I gotta go interview this individual.
Walked in red?
Yeah, it must have been red, but he walked across, and I kind of just had a moment, so I had to go chill somewhere, and then I was the last person to interview him that day, and I had it together by then. And also, you couldn't, when you talk to Prince, he wouldn't let you record him. So I had to be really focused on taking notes because my handwriting is really atrocious now. It's a little better then. But I had to focus on what he was saying. But it was so I'm looking at him and Larry Graham, and it's just a moment. It's overwhelming. But I clicked into professional mode just in time. So that I could get through the interview and actually ask him coherent questions. But it was, I'm just glad that I had that memory in that moment, because I think in my career where I've been able to interview and interact with so many people whose work I really love and appreciate, if I hadn't met Prince, it would have been so incomplete. So I'm grateful that I was afforded that opportunity.
We started off with a concert. It was Prince January 2016, I believe, here at Paisley Park. It was amazing. The way he has his piano set up is so cool. It's like the inside is gutted in the purple piano, and there's a little light in there. It's like his soundboard is in there, and then his keys are just it's just amazing. It sounds almost like a full-on concert. It's not just a plain acoustic piano. It's amazing. And today he played Sometimes It Snows in April. And if you can look around behind me, there's been snow here in April. So it was perfect. There was this man in front of me and he was crying, and I think his girlfriend reached over and she took a tissue and wiped his face for him. It was really, really sweet. We're just now leaving Paisley Park on the second day. It was a short day because the second group was going in, and then we're going to the Target Center tonight. So we just saw a concert of Prince in Montreal with Third Eye Girl. It was awesome. Before the concert, we had our second panel of the day, and it was Minneapolis Sound. There was Gail Chapman, Matt Fink, Bobby Z, and Des Dickerson was supposed to come, but I don't know if he got lost in the minutia or what. It was hosted by Andrea Swenson of The Current, which I love that station. What kind of people like Prince? Last year, there were people who brought their kids. And then there was this lady I met last year. I sat down when I was eating lunch, the vegetarian lunch, which was really good. This lady last year, who could have been my grandmother, she was like, I think she said she was like 70. And she was sitting by herself. So we went and sat with her. All of us went over there and we sat with her. She was the sweetest thing. She said she drove by herself from Chicago. Her son wasn't able to come with her, but she drove by herself. This lady, I think she was 70. Today, there was like people in there that could have been my grandma and grandpa. I mean, these are people who knew about Prince way before, like I was even, before I knew about Prince. Like, way before. And then there's people who learned about him when I learned about him, people who probably learned about him when the kid who was up on stage yesterday, who was 11, I think he said, who played on one of the songs. And then his sister, who's I think 15. But there was people just like from all ages. There was like somebody, a little kid there today. Teenagers. This year, I saw the guy today, he was working there again today, the guy who I met in the bathroom yesterday. He's gonna be graduating, he said in May or June this year, from high school. And they were playing 17 Days, and he was just singing as he was walking up and down like the aisles there. He was singing like it was like Bruno Mars, or like it was Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the people that really educate their kids, who really want to know about bands, music, musicianship. Yeah, there's all kinds of people, all kinds of nationalities. I mean, there's old, young, in between. You could be old, dumb, crippled, and crazy. All kinds of people like Prince. He reached that many people. So I'm here at Lake Ann Park, and we're gonna go through the tunnel, which leads over there to Paisley Park. Hey guys, this is Riley Creek. This is the entrance to the tunnel. They were playing that today and last year like crazy at Paisley Park. Love that. Shut up already, damn! You, shut up, my home. And it looks like that whole thing was made with a template of the love symbol. It shows like all the people. We can put things up there. It's time for the concert at the Target Center. Prince live on the big screen. I am so excited. Coming! I gotta go. They're all waiting for me. So I got my raspberry beret on. I got my pink cashmere. Yeah, Prince made this coat for me. No, I think that was someone else. But anyways, I can pretend, just for tonight.
Let me go this way a little bit.
Not right now?
You should turn your head, look, yeah. Turn your head and look back. Turn back and look back, yeah, like that.
Wow. Work it, sister.
Okay.
Work that.
You know, the show's antithesis, the show's start of what you're going to see tonight really came from last year's tribute show. And I said to myself, what would I give to be able to see Prince one last time in concert? And you know, it was really difficult to sit through the rehearsals today. It was so powerful, and I can't wait for you guys to see this. So, these are Prince's brothers and sisters. These are the people who are tasked with allowing Prince's legacy to live on. It's a very, very difficult, everyone can say, wow, they've got this, wow, they've got that, look at all the things they're getting. It's a very, very difficult job that they're tasked with. So in the future, honor them, pray for them, and we'll all have a great time tonight. We'll all honor Prince. Thank you very much.
I don't know, I wish it upon everyone. One of the reasons I think that is that I never wanted to fit in with my music. Whatever the trend was, I usually went the opposite direction. I'm curious to hear what the last one that I write was going to sound like. I know what the first one was, I'm just curious as to what the last one will be. We came here not knowing that we were going to die. Somebody told us that. And if we never knew we were going to die, we wouldn't celebrate a birthday. I'll celebrate the day I die.
So obviously this is the concert part of the vlog that I'm doing, and I would love for you guys to hear the music. Here's Shelby J's coming in with Kip Blackshire. I can't let the music be heard because Facebook and YouTube, and Prince wants people to have permission to use his music as well. But I know if I'm going to be putting this on YouTube and Facebook, they are very strict about it. They're little bots. If they can hear the music, then they will shut down all of my hard work. But I've given you about, I don't know, a number of minutes here of footage where you get to see Prince on the big screen. So put on your own music of Prince's in the background and just enjoy. Yes, it would be great to hear the music, but somebody already this year put, I think, some of their footage online and a live feed. And Facebook cut out 18 minutes of their live feed. So I love it when they slowed him down like this. It kind of hurt. It just made me sad, but it was also happy too. It just the slowing down of him made it seem like he's coming to, I don't know, it just made it a little bit sad. There he is looking so great and healthy. He played about 31 songs. He started off with DMSR, then Pop Life, Musicology, Extraordinary, Let's Go Crazy, 1999, Little Red Corvette, When Doves Cry, Nasty Girls, and he put some stank on that Nasty Girls. Oh, it was so good. What he was doing with the keyboards. It was just like, what? Oh, here he is. Remember when he used to do dragging himself across the piano? The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, Uptown, Raspberry Beret. He did Michael Jackson's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. I left the sound up at 1%, so if you really want to hear it, you can turn it all the way up. I'm hoping that social media doesn't hear it though. Then later on, you'll see him doing Cool. You'll see the hand movements in the air. Let's Work. You Got the Look. If I Was Your Girlfriend. Insatiable, Scandalous, Adore. He sang Nothing Compares to You with Shelby. Take Me With You. I believe he did that at the piano, I believe. Another Lover, Hole in Your Head, Controversy. He did the Beautiful Ones at the piano. Yes, Beautiful Ones, and Diamonds and Pearls at the piano. Something in the Water Does Not Compute. How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore. Baby, I'm a Star. Kiss. And he closed on Purple Rain. There he, look at him. Look at his little dance. I love it. He really is the soundtrack to a lot of people's lives. His music is. And when I was watching him at the concert, I was thinking of people call him, here we go, the cool, O-O-L. People call him the Mozart of our time. And if you think about it, kind of is. Mozart wrote over 600 works, like 21 stage and opera works, 15 masses, 50 symphonies, 25 piano concertos, 12 violin concertos, 27 concert arias, 17 piano sonatas, and 26 string quartets and other pieces. We don't even know how much Prince wrote, but guaranteed it's more than 600. We all know that. So to write at that level, I just listened to another interview today where they talked about him when he was younger. They'd all go to bed and they'd wake up in the morning and find out he's been up all night, and he'd say, we got to go to the studio. Amazing. I'm putting all this footage on here for you guys who have not had the chance to go and see him in concert ever. I've only seen him once, and that was a few years ago. One time. I know people have gone like 27 times. I think Mr. Christopher on Funkatopia.com said he's seen him like 27 times, which includes, after party shows. He counted them as separate concerts. But still, I mean, that's a lot. That's so great. So I want you guys to see him. And when I was there, you look up at the big screens, which you do in concert anyway. If you're far enough back, you look at the screens. So it was like I was just, it was like I was really there at a concert with him performing. So this is twofold. One, for people who've never seen him in concert, and for two, people who couldn't come to the celebration 2018. So you can see a portion of what we saw, not all of it. Look at his face. They were saying that this concert might actually go out on tour. They might take this and travel with the band in front of the big screen. So it might come to a city near you, if they do decide to tour. And I would definitely go check it out again. It was done really well. It really was. I would definitely check it out again. That place was packed. Just packed. Wow. See, when they slow him down like that, he disappeared through the floor a number of times during the concert, which is a cool effect. Here he's playing The Beautiful Ones and then Diamonds and Pearls. He just sang, it was so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, it kills me when they slow him down like that. It's happy, but it's sad. Ugh.
Today is day 3, Saturday, April 21st, 2018. All kinds of stuff going on. Special day for so many reasons. Prince died 2 years ago today. People will be celebrating him all around town. We have day 3 today at Paisley Park. Before that, I'm going to go to Minneapolis right now because it's Wreckistow Day. Wreckistow. And I'm gonna get right now in my rental car with my Raspberry Beret and get to Wreckistow. So, even though I'm a little sad inside, I'm going to Wreckistow Day. Yeah. Come on. It's like the current just pulled up. Love you, current. Oh, this is the book I wanted. Famous people who've met me. Owen Husney. Great interview on Funkatopia.
Right, I had all the albums.
I had the albums too.
The actual purple one.
I had the albums too.
What happened to your albums?
I don't know.
Somebody stole.
Welcome to Wreckistow Day. We all just spread out and we might get lost in here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Happy Purple Day.
Got t-shirt that says BRUNO.
At least that's what I'm hoping.
Yes. 50 years this year, Electric Fetus. Last year when I was here, the owner of this place was not very nice. He did not like me recording. He said, "You only came to record, take pictures." It was not nice. This is Rudolph's. I just came by on the way to one of Prince's houses, and I think people said he used to come here for barbecue or something back in the day. I think this is the place. Wow. This is the house on 539 Newton Avenue North in Minneapolis. I think that's Tyka's husband coming out. This is Prince's second home, and I think he gave it to her. Guys, I almost killed myself. I was driving along, and all of a sudden I passed this. I won't even tell you when I turned on a one-way street to get to this. So here's the mural on Hennepin and 26th. We're here at Paisley Park for day 3. It's the 2-year anniversary of Prince's death, and it's power off cell phone time, put your gum away, and no drinks. Here we go. You guys, today is amazing because they started off with the Funk Soldiers. They are so awesome. I love the horns. I love the horn sections that Prince has always had. They all told their story about how they got to meet Prince and how they came to be a part of the Funk Soldiers. So they were playing last night at the Target Center, which was amazing. Just left day 3. The Funk Soldiers played and they were awesome. First Avenue was so much fun and it was so packed, just like last year. Again, I turned down the music because last year when I went into First Avenue, I went live on Facebook, and Facebook turned off my Facebook live capabilities for like 3 or 4 days, as well as other people's, because you can't have any Prince music playing in the background. Right now, Cool is playing, and they had like 3 or 4 DJs. It was packed and awesome.
Making a song is like new girl walking in the room, you know? You never know what's going to happen till all the things come together. And there she stands.
This is me and my fabulous funk friend, Amanda Lazarus. We hung out last year at First Avenue and this year as well with everybody else there. Some awesome dancers up on stage, rooting the crowd on to one of my jams. Cool, you can see them doing their C-O-O-L. Ah, yeah! Sorry. So much fun, packed. And again, music had to be kept down.
Oh, it's a video?
Yeah. Okay, my feet hurt so bad.
Walking to the car.
I think we should take an Uber.
No.
To go like 5 blocks.
We'll get there one day.
One day?
Maybe tomorrow.
We'll miss our tours.
Yeah.
We'll miss
It's 4:20 in the morning. Just got in from First Avenue. And I just want to do my candlelight vigil and my last night here. Hey you guys, it's day 4 and I am rushing out of the hotel. Last night at First Avenue was awesome. It is a beautiful day here in Chanhassen. Again, I just stepped outside so I could vlog. We started off with a panel of F Deluxe, which used to be called The Family. Anyways, it was so great to hear those stories. It really, really was. And then after that, we had the panel iconography with Alan Bellew and Steve Park, and it was so great to hear about their times photographing Prince and just their personal stories. It was great. It's day 4 and we just got out of the dance panel and it was Maite Garcia, and I think the other day they had a couple dancers, but today was Maite and she was doing Q&A and Wally was like the moderator for it. At the end I was walking out, I was walking by Maite and remember I told you what he said the other day, right? He's hilarious. So so I was walking by and he sees me and he's like, come over here. So I went over to him and he's like, he says, what's your name? And I told him my name is Erin, and he's like, where do I live? And I said I live in Los Angeles. He goes, I'm moving to Los Angeles. And he goes, this is my new baby mom. It was hilarious. And then Steve Park comes by and took a picture while we were talking. And he told Steve, he goes, hey, this is my new baby mama. I'm moving to Los Angeles. And he goes, well, good, now you got record of it. Because he took a picture of baby's mama. But anyways, he's hilarious. He's very sweet. He gave me a hug and a kiss. He's very sweet. Nice guy. After Lex is about to perform right now, so I'm going to go back inside. And then it'll be all over. And just like that, Celebration 2018 is over. That's a wrap. After Lux was awesome. I'm on my way down to visit my family. Paisley Park is in your heart and cut.